So, what benefit you can realistically expect from a long term meditation practice? Yeah. So, in my opinion, the first benefit that you can expect from a sustained meditation practice is that your mindfulness start to get established. Yeah. So, what I mean by that, if I'm starting my meditation practice today, and let's say if I supposed to stay focused on my breath for next 30 minutes, what I will notice is that I can stay focused on the breath for 5 to 10 seconds, and then for next 5 to 10 minutes I kind of zone out, and then I come back to the breath and I stay focused on it, right? But for those 5 to 10 minutes I have no awareness of what is going on, right? It's almost like completely zoning out. And what happened with this sustained meditation practice is that I'm still losing my breath, right? I'm still losing the focus on my breath, but you develop this sense of mindfulness that you are still aware when mind is wandering, when mind is doing certain things, right? It's not like you're completely blacking out. You still have this awareness with what is going on in the mind. Of course, your mind wandering also reduce, but that is what I mean by sustained mindfulness, right? That's how the mindfulness start get establishing. So this is the first benefit I would say, right? With the meditation practice, sustained meditation practice, you start to develop this sense of established mindfulness that you are somewhat aware all the time what is happening inside your mind, right? What is happening inside yourself. You're not zoning out. The second benefit is that you start to experience more depth of mindfulness. Yeah. And what I mean by that, let's say, for example, without mindfulness or without meditation, what is happening is I'm having an experience, right? And that experience is that somebody just criticized me, right? My experience is going to be much more grosser in the sense that somebody said something, I felt something inside me, and I start kind of reacting back. Yeah. And with the sustained practice again over the period of time, as your mindfulness start to get established, you can see more parts of that experience. You start to become aware of more subtler aspect of that experience, right? So if I have been practicing for some time, what I will notice is that when somebody is criticizing me, the first thing is when if I'm anticipating a criticism in a conversation, my heart already start to feel heavy, right? And then when somebody sort of landed a criticism or said something mean, my heart sort of kind of contracted, and after that there is this a rush of energy, like an very sharp movement of upward energy, which is like an anger, and then the reaction start happening, which is more like a lot of thoughts and emotions around what I should say and all these things, right? That experience stays for some time, then a new experience happens, and after some time when I'm sitting or doing nothing, that experience might come up back, right? So you start becoming aware of lot more subtler aspect of the same experience, right? And if your awareness is more much more deeply established, you would even become like more aware of even finer aspect of the same experience. Yeah. So that I would say is the second benefit of experience. Your mindfulness is getting established, but also you're getting established in much more deeper layer of yourself where you can see things much more clearly. Yeah. Third benefit of sustained meditation practice would be, because your mindfulness is getting established and you can see the nature of your experiences inside, slowly there is this sense of disidentification start to develop, right? Because these experiences are so much moving, right? And our sense of identity is kind of attached to this something which is more stable, right? And as your mindfulness start to become stable, you can see things much more objectively, your inner experiences, right? And with that, there is also this disidentification that happens from these inner experiences. And it becomes a lot more clear, right? Like how things are working inside me and what is their nature, right? For example, one thing that I would notice is that without meditation practice, fundamentally, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying very hard to somehow create internally this series of experiences which are pleasant, right? And somehow create this series of experiences, avoid these series of experiences which are unpleasant. Yeah. And because of that, the mind is so much trying hard, right? It's like uh, a machine which is working extremely hard, right? To somehow create the conditions where I could just sustainably feel this pleasant experience. And once you see all these things, first thing, you don't have that's such a strong desire that I want to constantly feel some sort of pleasant state. This is why probably a lot of social media is getting addicted, right? Because we are trying this so hard to somehow keep stay in some sort of pleasant state all the time. But the point is, as you see the nature of these things, right, and as you see the nature of yourself, you start to lose interest in that process, right? And you start to become comfortable with a lot of these different inner disturbances, a lot of these also different pleasant inner experiences, right? When somebody is accepting you, or when somebody is saying something nice to you, or when somebody is criticizing you, these things start to have less hold on to you, or less grip on you. Yeah. And you start to become more free of these things. As a byproduct, you naturally start to living more in this present moment. Yeah. And it also becomes a lot more clear what you want to do, what you don't want to do. And your internal life also start to become a lot more easier and calmer, because you're not doing this you know very strong clinging and very strong effort to somehow manage things in certain ways, right? To create an environment internally. It also gives you the strength to go through difficult experiences in the life, right? Because deep down you know you can handle these experiences. You can handle difficult emotions, you can handle the reaction to different emotions. So it also gives you this sense of courage and strength to go through like more difficult experiences in the life as well. Yeah. So this is like an overall what you can realistically expect if you're doing regular practice. You will start seeing some of these effects after, let's say, 1 year of a practice, but you would really start to seeing these effects once you practice for 3 4 5 years, and you can start seeing like your mindfulness is start getting established, your mindfulness is getting deeper, the nature of emotions, the nature of inner experiences are becoming a lot more clear, your grip or clinging to those experiences are become less, and your mind is becoming more calm and you're becoming more present in this moment. Yeah. So these are the benefits I believe you can realistically expect with a sustained long-term meditation practice.